Heeding the call of the spirits. Shamanism is the oldest spiritual path on the planet. It has been tried, tested and refined on every continent around the world. Because of this, shamanism is perhaps the most valid spiritual channel we have accessible to us today. It is a well-trodden path, one that is calling to many now in this time of global transition. Perhaps you are called to shamanism. Well, actually, it's more accurate to say shamanism may be calling you. It was well known to cultures practicing shamanism that a refusal to heed the calling often resulted in physical, emotional, mental and even spiritual illness. On the other side of accepting the call, there's a resolution to the problem. According to author and shamanic investigator Messiah Eliade, the future shaman sometimes takes the risk of being mistaken for a madman, but his madness fulfills a mystic function. It reveals certain aspects of reality to him that are inaccessible to other mortals. And it's only after having experienced and entered into these hidden dimensions of reality that the madman becomes a shaman. And of course, the path is calling both men and women. I believe that we're in a time now where many starseeds on the planet are being called to this path. We are in a time of powerful change. The world we know is dying and a new world is calling to be born. Many individuals are now being called by Spirit to awaken. And there are many telltale signs that Spirit is calling you to the path of shamanism. First, you have been through some strong life challenges. Traditionally, someone called to the shamanic path was often tested by a severe ordeal. The tribe recognized the potential shaman as the one who survived being perhaps mauled by a wild animal or struck by lightning. In modern cultures, the calling is very different. We may not be struck by lightning. The call can come in the form of physical, emotional, or abuse, or even a near-death experience. You do not fit into the modern world. Shamans have traditionally tended to live on the edge of the tribal village. They did not mingle as others did. In ancient cultures this was understood and recognized, but nowadays it's not really so understood, which means there can be a feeling of not fitting in. You feel most at home in nature. Because you do not fit into the human world, you feel more at home in the natural world. You may sense that nature is talking to you or protecting you or holding you in some way or guiding you. And you feel most connected when surrounded by the elements. You may feel things others don't feel. You may see things others don't see, hear things others don't hear, smell things others don't smell, and sense things others don't sense. This is normal to someone who the spirits are calling. You feel overly sensitive to energies. You may feel overstimulated in public situations, especially in crowds or when too much is going on. You may have been labelled as being too sensitive. You feel toxic energies around you and react accordingly. You read people and situations easily, and on the other hand you absorb negative energies. You need to learn to work with your spirit allies to clear negative energies and situations. You feel the call of spirit. You may feel a powerful pull to explore different forms of spirituality. Perhaps you've been disappointed by some of these paths. You may have been searching for some time and have no idea really what you're looking for. The unseen realm is reaching out to you through your meditations and dreams. Perhaps you've been visited by ancient animal totems or touched by human shamans in the spirit world who want to make contact with you in the dream state. Heeding the call. This is a path that was chosen before birth. Once chosen in this lifetime, it involves a stripping away of all that's not aligned with your true soul's path. Your life can change dramatically. There's a stripping away of old forms of identity and ideas of who you thought you were. This is a period of initiation. The path of awakening begins, and for some it begins at different times, some in the late teens, others in the mid-20s, and for some much later in life. Although all this sounds very much like hard work, once the path opens and blossoms and activates, you find yourself connected with a magical universe populated with many helpful beings. The shaman is the intermediary between the human world and the spirit world. Shamans treat ailments, illness, trauma by mending the soul and restoring the physical body to balance and wholeness. The shaman journeys into the spirit world to obtain solutions to problems afflicting others and helping to restore balance. As the path opens, you learn how to work with energy. You learn how to help yourself and others in a new way you never thought possible. You find yourself magically empowered in a time on the planet when your presence and engagement is so very much required and needed. Shamans work with a web of life, and this web extends between the physical and spirit worlds. There are no separation between the two. Shamans have a foot in both worlds and act as a kind of intermediary or bridge between the physical and spiritual communities. There are many helpful allies to be found on the web of life. There are crystal and stone spirits, there are plant spirits, there are animal spirits, and of course human guides who have walked the shamanic path in this world and in other worlds. On the web you can find angelic forces and also different races of star brothers and sisters who are very active now, assisting with the global ascension process. I'm creating a series of sessions called Star Shamanism. This is for people interested in connecting with the shamanic path. It works within the medicine wheel and opens up the golden web of life, reconnecting individuals to their spiritual allies in all of the worlds, helping with energy extraction, soul loss, soul retrieval, and more. If you're interested, do check out my website, thesoulmatrix.com, and just check the menu item Star Shamanism at the top. Blessings, many blessings.